What's up, Everyday Blades? Man, I picked up a beast today. So I'm in Houston, Texas, and we do not have a lot of places to buy knives. Like most of you, we have to buy them online. There are a couple of places that have their other businesses that have a knife section, but they carry one or two brands. Some of them carry 3 or 4 brands. This was one of those. This was Carter's Country. I go by there. This is where I grew up sighting in our pews and all that stuff. But they got a pretty good selection of Cold Steel, Spyderco, Benchmade, Kershaw, Victorinox, things like that. Nothing over the top. So I had seen pictures of the 4 Max Scout online and things like that. And I knew it was a beast. I'm a fan of Cold Steel, always have been. For user knives, man, I don't think you can beat them, especially for hard use. But this one right here, it always caught my eye. I wanted the upgraded version. I think it's 20 CV, but it honestly makes more sense to get the AUS 10A if you're going to hard use it. Anyway, it's for me. So this, and the fact that this thing was $100. I mean, to get that much of a knife with one of the most, probably the strongest lock in the world for $100, I don't think you can beat that. I mean, look at this thing compared to Spyderco PM or Para 3. I mean, my gosh, it's a beast. Look at that thing. It's as Medfordish as you can get for $100. And when I'm talking about big blades, like fixed blades and stuff like that, I'm not so picky about the steel. I definitely don't want 20 CV or M390 or any of that in a large blade, a hard use blade. You know, 3V would be great, but that, to me, that's like the cream of the crop. I'll even take a nice fixed blade in AUS 8, you know, because I think you're not constantly trying to keep the ultimate edge retention on that knife. You may be batoning with it and things like that. So you can go down in your blade steels, and the blades are a little tougher. They're not as brittle. So AUS 10, just fine with me for a large blade. And to me, this is a folding fixed blade. Put it up against another knife, it really dwarfs the Shirogorov Hation Zero. I mean, it's just a beast. I think it's supposed to have like a pin that'll lock it in place. Mine was like the demo model they didn't have anymore. So I don't know if it got lost or if it doesn't come with it. I would never use that. You defeat that triad lock, you really did something. So I think this knife is cool as shit. So we're gonna check some dimensions real quick. Like 4 1/4 inch blade, 6 inch handle scales. The scales are 5/8 thick. The blade is just under 1/4 inch. I mean, I think this is just a great knife. I was worried when, I believe it was a Chinese company that bought out Cold Steel from Lynn Thompson. I was worried the quality would go down and they'd lower the prices, you know, and try to capture more of the market. To me, the quality hasn't really changed. I mean, there's still quality knives. I've never ran across a knife guy who had bad things to say about Cold Steel. They're just quality, hard use knives, and that's what they're for. A lot of us collectors, we're, you know, more into the show and go and fit and finish and refinement. But man, I tell you what, if I was going out in the woods for a week, this is the knife I would want. It would cover all bases, and I'll tell you, the thing is razor sharp. I barely touched my thumb on it, man, and I was gushing blood everywhere. It's dangerous sharp. So definitely don't have any worries about AUS 10 getting sharp enough, and I believe it'll hold an edge plenty fine for you. We put a lot of emphasis into knife steels, man, but a lot of these tried and true, even like CPM 154, that's a great knife steel. It was the premium steel for a long time. So That triad lock is a beast, especially on this knife. So I just wanted to show that off, man. I think this is something that if you have a large knife collection, I think you should have this in your knife collection. It's kind of like the cream of the crop for hard use knives. For something you really can't hurt this knife. You can get out there and baton this thing. You can build a damn cabin with this son of a bitch. It's just super cool. So anyway, just want to do an overview of that. Glad to see Cold Steel still holding up for now, in the absence of Lynn Thompson, who definitely left his mark on this industry. So, guys, God bless you and your family. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.